Hello, Mark Johnson here, age 65, and I give my age because I want you to know you can be fit into your 60s, and I try to demonstrate that by taking on challenges that most people half my age can't do. And by the way, I'm not in competition with anybody else, just myself. If you can do better than me, hey, hats off to you. And hopefully you're not in competition with me, but with yourself, and start with whatever you can do, and then just keep making incremental changes. One of my subscribers recently suggested that I do a video where I do a couple of repetitions of each of the exercises I do in my normal workouts. Thought that was a good idea, so I'm going to do that. But actually in this video, I'm only going to demonstrate the first exercise that I've been doing for a while now. It is a handstand wall push-up. And I'm only going to demonstrate this exercise. We'll wait for another video to do some of the other exercises, because I want to do a demo here and then do a little bit of explaining on progressions and so forth. I do have a strong disclaimer, and that is, don't try this at home. What I mean by that is not everybody can do a handstand wall push-up, and you need a balance of coordination and strength, or you could hurt yourself. So if you don't have the proper coordination, you might break some furniture or put a hole in your wall, and worse than that, if you're not strong enough, you might come crashing down on your head, and you don't want to do that. So please don't try this if you're not ready. After I demonstrate it, I will share with you some progressions, ways you can work up to it. So here's what I'm currently doing for my workout. I start with wall push-ups after a brief warm-up, and I do as many as I can, which right now is probably about 5. There was a time I couldn't do any. Now I'm at about 5. Then I rest for a minute and do another set, which probably will be about 2 more. And rest a minute, do another set, and that might be 1 or 2 more. Then what I do is I do a couple of negatives. And by negatives, I mean I go up into the extended position and then just try to go down very slowly. Now again, you got to be very careful with that, because you don't want to push yourself so hard that you come crashing down. I mean, if you think about it, again, by doing a handstand wall push-up, you're basically military pressing your weight, at least from the top of your head up. So it does take a fair amount of strength. Sometimes when I'm done with that, I will do some dumbbell military presses just to work it a little bit more. I'll demonstrate what I do in just a moment, but if you can't do this, you might want to start with just military presses until you get some of your strength up, or you could just do negatives. And by just doing negatives, I mean you go up in the extended position and then just go down slowly. Now again, even that takes a fair amount of strength as well as coordination. So you decide whether you're ready for this. You could get a helper. But here's what I've discovered. Every time that I would get to a certain, let's say 1 or 2 reps, and I would want to increase, by the time I would do like 3 sets, even if it was only 1 or 2 reps, and then I would do a negative the next workout, 2 negatives, the next workout, 3 negatives. Usually by the time I got to 4 or 5 negatives with that last set, I would have increased in strength enough to be able to go up a rep in that first set. If you have any questions or that's not clear, let me know. So I'm going to demonstrate. I'm not going to try to do as many as I can. But I'll do a couple just so you get an idea what I mean by both the coordination it takes and what a handstand wall push-up looks like. So there was 3. Now what I'm going to do is just demonstrate doing a couple negatives so you see what that looks like, but also so you see the coordination you need to be able to get up there smoothly without hurting your wall, any furniture around you, or yourself. All right, so those were 3 negatives, just so you can get an idea of what that looks like. Well, now I have to figure out what my next challenge is going to be. If you have any ideas, let me know. Until then, here's to your health, both physically, but especially spiritually.